Hello everybody and welcome back once again to our channel, my channel, your channel, Easy English Explanation by Pooja Joshi. So, this is the second part of chapter number 6, Beehive Book, 9th Standard, My Childhood. This is chapter number 6 related to APJ Abdul Kalam. We have already met in the first part, and what we have seen we will revise in this video, as well as I'll go on and carry forward with 6th number paragraph. I will move on with 6th number paragraph. So previously in paragraph 1 to 5 what we have studied, that we will know, as well as from paragraph 6 we will see the word meanings as well as pictures, images related to APJ Abdul Kalam, which you will like a lot. Now, let me first tell you that from 1 to 5 paragraph, we have studied about APJ Abdul Kalam's father, mother, how was their house. Their house was a Pakka house, but it was an ancestral property belonging to their grandfathers, that is fathers like that, and their family was very generous. Mother was very kind hearted, very good human being. He also inherited good qualities from father. Then he earned first wages by selling the tamarind seeds during the Second World War, as well as helping his cousin Shamsuddin to tie the paper bundles when Shamsuddin threw from the moving train. He just caught that bundle and distributed in Rameshwaram, because train did not have a stop at Rameshwaram due to the Second World War. Then he had very close friends, Arvindan, Ramanatha Shastri, as well as Siva Prakasan. So now we will move forward. So let's start this second part of chapter number 6, Beehive, My Childhood, Standard 9. First I will read out for you. One day when I was in 5th standard, that is very young Abdul Kalam, at Rameshwaram Elementary School, a new teacher came to our class. I used to wear a cap which marked me as a Muslim, and I always sat in the front row next to Ramanatha Shastri, who wore sacred thread. The new teacher could not stomach a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. In accordance with our social ranking, as the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit on the back bench. I felt very sad, and so did Ramanatha Shastri. He looked utterly downcast as I shifted to my seat in the last row. The image of him weeping when I shifted to the last row left a lasting impression on me. So let's go for the explanation. One day when he was in the 5th standard, and which school he was studying? Rameswaram Elementary School. A new teacher came to their school, joined their school, and he came to their class. But when he saw a Muslim boy, because he wore a cap, he was easily identified as a Muslim. Anyone could make out that he was a Muslim. But he was sitting in the first row, that is first line. Then he was sitting with his close friends, but all of them were Muslim Brahmins, that is orthodox pure Brahmins, and they were able to get themselves identified as Brahmins because of their sacred thread. Sacred thread Brahmins are wearing when they have, after they have their Upanayanam Sanskar or Janev or Janoi Sanskar. Then it is easily identified, plus they are keeping a choti on their head. Then I always sat in the front row next to Ramanatha Shastri. He was sitting next to Ramanatha Shastri, his friend, and he wore a sacred thread. The new teacher, it was very difficult for him to stomach. Stomach means here to digest the thing. It was undigestible for him that he could not tolerate that Hindu son, priest son, and he is sitting with a Muslim boy. Then the social ranking was there. According to that, the different caste people should not mingle or mix up with each other, and they should stay according to their positions and orders, like lower order and higher order. Then according to the hierarchy of the customs and traditions. As the new teacher saw it, I was asked to go and sit on the back bench. New teacher saw that Abdul Kalam was sitting with his friend Ramanatha Shastri. So he asked Abdul Kalam that you go and sit on the last bench. That is the last row you have to go and sit. But Ramanatha's friend was very, very downcast. Utterly downcast. Utterly downcast means very, very disappointed. Utterly, that is completely, and downcast means disappointed, very, very sad and depressed by this behavior of the new teacher. They had never expected. And you people also, when you are sitting with your friends, you don't like that some teacher should change your place. We want to sit with our friends in our class. So he started weeping, and he could not back answer to the teacher, but he started weeping, and that impression, that image of him weeping made a lasting impression on me. That is, Abdul Kalam felt very bad for his friend that he was weeping because the teacher had shifted Abdul Kalam to the last bench and not let him sit with his friend. So now paragraph number 7. After school, we went home and told our respective parents about the incident. Lakshmana Shastri summoned the teacher and in our presence told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. Means here he says that after school, both the children, they may have complained at their home and told that this incident happened in the school today, and teacher wouldn't let us sit together because of Hindu and Muslim, that one boy is Hindu and one boy is Muslim. So Lakshmana Shastri, Ramanatha Shastri's father, he summoned the teacher. Summoned means he called for the new teacher, as he was a high priest in the temple of Rameshwaram. He called the teacher, and in teacher's presence, that is student's presence, he told the teacher that don't do this. You should not spread poison in the minds of young innocent children. They have no idea about the casteism, and they don't want to themselves to be separated, segregated on the basis of casteism. So don't spread this religious intolerance, communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. So that time the social inequality was there. Social inequality. People were treated in a different manner according to their social groups, their language spoken, or their that is the religion. They were considered unequal. All were treated with inequality. And communal intolerance. Intolerance means we cannot accept the beliefs or thoughts of people by other religion or other community. That is called the communal intolerance in the minds of innocent children. He bluntly asked the teacher to either apologize or quit the school, and the island. So he told bluntly, bluntly means straightforward, he told frankly on the face of the teacher that don't do this, or either you have to leave the school, not even the school, but the island itself. Teacher should say sorry or quit the school and the island. Then the teacher, he realized his mistake. He regretted his behavior. Not only did the teacher regret his behavior, but the strong sense of conviction Lakshman Shastri conveyed ultimately reformed this young teacher. So here what happened? The teacher regret. Teacher felt sorry for his behavior. He was repenting. He wanted to change whatever he had done. But the strong sense of conviction. Conviction means a strong opinion or belief. Very nicely, properly, Lakshman Shastri was able to convey, to pass this message to the teacher, that you should not create poison in the minds of innocent children by spreading the communalism and communal intolerance. So he reformed the teacher. Reformed means he improved the teacher. He improved. Then paragraph number 8. On the whole, the small society of Rameshwaram was very rigid in terms of segregation. See, these children are sitting here and this new teacher is there. You can see here in your book. As well as I will show you the word meanings in the end of the video, and as well as some pictures, images related to APJ Abdul Kalam. They were very rigid. Rigid means they had some fixed ideas or old beliefs there. In terms of segregation, segregation means separation. Many people were there, they believed that Hindus and Muslims, they should stay separate. They should have their own circles. They should not mingle or mix with each other. However, my science teacher, Siva Subramanya Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife, was something of a rebel. Here, he had a science teacher, and science teacher name was Siva Subramanya Iyer, and he was also an orthodox, having very rigid old beliefs. But he also had a conservative wife who was more conservative than him. She was having very old religious belief, but this science teacher was something of a rebel. Rebel means to choose a different path or direction which all others are going for, to challenge the regular going traditions. He did his best to break social barriers so that people from varying backgrounds could mingle easily. He thought that social barriers, the barriers means social barriers. Barriers means the hurdle race. We are playing that hurdle race. There are barriers, there are obstacles which you have to jump and cross for running the race. So he also tried his best to break social barriers so that people from varying backgrounds, varying means different backgrounds, could mingle easily with each other. Mingle means mix with each other. Mix. Yes. He used to spend hours with me and would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people of the big cities. His science teacher wanted him to study very nicely. He used to spend hours and hours with Kalam, and he used to tell Kalam that he wanted Kalam to develop himself so much that he can go and settle nicely in the big cities with the highly educated people. He should be on par. On par means he should be equal with the, in terms of intelligence, with the highly educated people. So with this we end the second part of the lesson. First part video already I have posted. You can see, children, and take benefit out of that. So we'll meet again soon in the third part, continuing with this lesson number 6, my childhood. Now thank you. Bye bye to all.